Ladies and gentlemen, has Raila Odinga sensed danger with his bid of becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission? I'm asking that question because earlier today, Raila Odinga issued a hard-hitting political statement in the Republic of Kenya.
The National Assembly must do the right thing and work with the Senate to get the correct amount of money to counties. More than a decade into the two levels of government, the management and funding of devolved units should be getting more efficient and more predictable. The current standoff and attempts to tamper with the location indicate a dangerous backward march. I urge our members of parliament to be enablers of devolution and refuse to be in partnership with those determined to frustrate and kill devolution. A big chunk of the money going to counties today is purely for recurrent expenditure, paying salaries to the staff. Very little money is remaining for the governors to do development work. And that's the reason why I find it very unfair that governors are being blamed for lack of development in their counties. And members of parliament should move away from trying to construct roads, from trying to construct health centers, schools and so on. Those are the responsibilities of the county government, not a national parliament.
Because we all know that in August, Raila Odinga officially announced to the country that he will no longer participate in Kenyan politics. That statement today, in my view, is Kenyan politics.
Your intentions to go for the African Union Commission chairperson seat, and you said your first priority is your home country to stabilize the country politically. Do you think you're giving the continent an impression that you are still and who is still bogged down by the politics?
Well, you know that I'm going to begin to work for the continent once I'm elected. And that's going to be in February next year. At the moment, I'm involved in the campaign, but that does not mean that Kenya ceases to exist. I'm not going to be very active in Kenyan politics henceforth, as I continue now to focus my attention on the continental campaign. But it is a phase, it is a transitional phase from active participation in Kenyan politics to moving towards African continental politics. Thank you.
We can have the microphone. Okay. John Kerry from KBC. Two questions. One, we continue seeing additional faces behind you and the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. When are you going to let the cat out of a bag on the campaign team that is going to be steering the campaigns for the Honorable Raila Odinga? Number two, on the question asked by Ibrahim Karanja from NTV, are you aware of the process that is challenging the nation of the Honorable Raila Odinga?
Well, you're saying the transition is a transition. It's a process. It is not instant coffee. So you'll continue to be seeing different faces around me as things move on. More people will join, so others will exit. That is normal. There's no problem about that at all. Between what you've asked is the second question. It's almost the same thing. Thank you.
Which begs the question, is Raila seeing something which we are not seeing? And just like I keep on telling you on this platform, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. And that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happen for the sake of it. There is no way Raila Odinga can announce to the country that is going to exit Kenyan politics, and then we are seeing Raila Odinga that is exiting Kenyan politics to an extent that Raila Odinga actually engineered the incorporation of his allies into the government, which means he handed over his deputy party leader, that is Joho and Oparanya, the party chairman, John Mbadi, and the minority leader, Opiyo Wandayi, in government. Once they were delivered in government successfully, Raila Odinga went further and handed over the leadership of ODM party to Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o and a new breed of politicians, including Simba Arati, Godfrey Ososi, the Vihiga senator, Abdul Somad Nasir, and Gladys Wanga. Then Raila Odinga disappeared from the political scene. Then we saw Raila Odinga emerging in Homa Bay during Gladys Wanga's homecoming. And at that time, Raila Odinga also stated something which was meant for the Luos, that he will be out but not out. But the statement today by Raila Odinga is what has caught my attention. Is it possible that Raila Odinga has actually sensed danger? That's exactly what I want us to analyze in this particular video. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But again, before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to introduce you guys to LemFi. LemFi is a mobile money app for users in the UK, Canada, and the United States of America to send money back to Kenya. They offer the best exchange rates and the money will be delivered instantly into your M-Pesa account, Airtel Money account, and of course, if you want, directly into your bank account. You can use the link in the pinned comment to download the app. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. And as you can feel it, my nose is a bit blocked, so let me just do this to relieve myself a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, actually there is an outbreak of flu down here. I thought I would wake up today well, but it's normal. Flu inapelekanga wanaume like that. By tomorrow, I think will be okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I've always told you that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. There is no way Raila Odinga can announce to the country just in August here that he was going to take a break from Kenyan politics until February. February is not very far away from now. Then Raila Odinga is even handing over the party leadership to some other guys. Then we are seeing Raila Odinga addressing the press. The other day, for those who are keenly following the political developments in the Republic of Kenya, there were reports that about the questions about the funds for Raila Odinga's campaign. And some people were like, it's like there is some delays. But the fact that Raila Odinga came and addressed or issued that hard-hitting statement, for me, it means a lot of things. I can interpret it in several ways. I don't know how you look at it. But for me, number one, I think Raila Odinga is still interested in participating in Kenyan politics, particularly the 2027 presidential elections. So many people believe that 2027, William Ruto is not going to be re-elected. But one question has always lingered. Who can remove William Ruto from office? So there are those who believe that Raila Odinga can actually win in 2027. So in my view, what Raila Odinga is trying to do, he's pursuing the AU, but he's also trying to keep tab on Kenyan politics. What's happening in Kenya? Yeah? Like right now, it is very clear right now that the government is very unpopular. The church is on them. So Raila Odinga had to maybe come and make a statement. So for me, that's number one. Raila might be interested in 2027 politics, and therefore he's keeping tab. Number two, which is very important, I think there is also the fear that Raila Odinga can actually lose the African Union chairmanship bid. So the question is, what next if Raila Odinga were to lose? I did a comprehensive analysis about that in an earlier video. I'm going to tag, I'm going to I'm going to share the link in the description of this particular video so that you can watch that video if you missed it, or I'm going to put it up there so that you can also watch it. But in short, if Raila Odinga were to lose AU, the fallback could be Kenyan politics. Because majority of Kenyans are currently very bitter with Raila Odinga because Raila Odinga is working with William Ruto. And the reason Raila Odinga is working with William Ruto is because of his African Union bid. They feel that this is the moment Kenyans need Raila Amolo Odinga. So that fear of losing, I think, in my view, is now a reality in Raila Odinga's mind, that he might win and he might lose. For me personally, I'm actually praying day and night for Raila Odinga to succeed, so that the politics of the Republic of Kenya can actually take a different trajectory. You know, like for example, there are Kenyans who wanted to test Ruto. Now they know the leadership of Ruto. Maybe if Raila Odinga is not in the picture, Kenyans might vote with their brains intact. So I think there's that fear. Number three, which I also think is very important, is that Raila Odinga is clearly reading the mood of the country. Yes, he's reading the mood of the country. And he's a politician. And the mood is simple. Kenyans don't want William Ruto to be their president. Which means, what next? What next? There's the demand for Ruto to be removed. Who can remove him? So which means Raila is trying to issue those kind of statements to remain relevant, so that Kenyans can start aligning. Like the statement is stated today is about devolution, defending devolution. And that statement targeted the members of parliament. If you listen to the church statement, there's a part, the Catholic bishops yesterday, their statement yesterday, there's a part they spoke about members of parliament. So members of parliament, after the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, became very unpopular. And they are now demanding for, I don't know, some allocation of some money for them, not to the governors. And Raila understands that they are very unpopular. And that's why Raila is talking or issued that particular statement. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go to my fourth point. Of course, before I go there, in case you are watching the channel for the first time, again, take a second or two, just click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. I know so many of you guys are watching this video, and because you get notification, you think you've already subscribed. You have not yet subscribed. Just press that subscribe button now. And of course, you can also support this channel using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. A cup of coffee, but this is green tea. I'm taking just pure water and green tea without sugar. Goes only for 200 shillings, but you can also always support this channel more or less. Ladies and gentlemen, my fourth and the last point is that Raila Odinga issued that statement as a result of Uhuru Kenyatta factor. I've been talking to those close to Raila Odinga, and they've always told me that Raila Odinga finds himself in a very big fix. That he believes that Uhuru Kenyatta really supported him. But Raila Odinga also wants to go to the AU, which means he must be supported. William Ruto is a politician, understood that for him to succeed, he needed Raila Odinga on his side. So he took advantage. But there's the 2027 presidential elections. The mountain currently is out of reach for William Ruto. The rage is just overwhelming against Ruto. So the question is, can the mountain support Raila Odinga? I was talking to a friend of mine. He was telling me that the thinking within the political class in the mountain is that they can support Raila Odinga. Based on his age, they believe Raila Odinga can be managed, and maybe Raila Odinga at some point would reach a point where, like for example, Joe Biden had to just pull out of the race, and therefore it will give opportunity for someone from the mountain to take over after Ruto is defeated. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. If you enjoyed the video up to this stage, please in the comment section, just type present. Those who normally type present, we know ourselves. We are the Lee gang. I value you so much. Bye-bye.